Should I listen to my feelings or what's inside my head? Should I act on what's inside my heart or analyze it instead? It's hard to know the answers. Guess I never learned the rules through the things they never teach in school.
Right from wrong,
wrong from right.
Hello, I'm Dr. Charles Silverstein. I'm a licensed psychologist in the states of New York and New Jersey. Unlike my writing in The Joy of Gay Sex that was primarily a sexual guide, my new book is a memoir titled For the Ferryman, and it is more historical and sentimental. The main theme of the book is the nature of struggle on two different levels. There is first of all the struggle for the civil rights of LGBT people in American society, including removing homosexuality as a mental disorder, and by being a part of the radical gay movement of the 1970s. The more personal theme is a 20-year relationship with my lover William, noting the times of great intimacy as well as our struggles with one another. Within both these themes, the specter of AIDS and the deaths of patients, colleagues, and friends is intertwined. The book is available from the publisher and from bookstores and online retailers. Here is the first reading about William moving in with me and about my presentation to the psychiatrist to remove homosexuality as a mental illness. If you like the reading and the ones to follow, please like them and share it with your friends. I might even influence you and your friends to buy a copy of the book. This reading is about William coming to live with me in my presentation to the psychiatrist. It's from page 51. On February 1st, 1973, I drove to Brooklyn, collected William's few clothes and books, and brought him to live with me. He bathed, ate supper, and cuddled in my arms. We talked about Egypt, about how Hatshepsut, a woman, had declared herself pharaoh, about how Cleopatra had used her sexuality for political gains, about how much we both wanted to see the Giza pyramids in Egypt. William said that he wanted to go to Rome, that he owned the best guidebook to Rome ever published. Enthusiastically and butt naked, he rummaged through a tattered shopping bag, found it, and handed it to me. It was Pausanias's Guide to Rome, written 2,000 years ago. He showed me maps of some of the most significant sites on the Palatine Hill, throwing in for good measure racy stories about one ancient emperor or another, and especially the gay ones. As I listened and watched him, I felt so much in love with his voice, his intellect and culture, his body, his kisses, and his affection for me that I asked him to stay forever. He responded by kissing and embracing me, saying the loving words I wanted to hear. Hardly containing his enthusiasm, and still butt naked, he opened the Rome guidebook again and said, "And here's where we can get married." He was pointing to the Temple of the Vestal Virgins. I adored him for it. "We'll take a picture together when we get there," I said. That was 7 days before I made my presentation to the Nomenclature Committee to remove homosexuality as a mental disorder. I knew what I was doing, knew the implications of saving William that February night. I could project the future, both its bright lights and its dark corners. I needed someone to love, to take care of, perhaps as my mother took care of my father. Why not someone who, for all his liabilities, also loved me? The presentation to the Nomenclature Committee was scheduled for February 8th. I wrote it the evening before while sitting at my desk, pounding away on my old typewriter, William laying on the bed, reading. I turned to him often to ask a point of grammar or spelling, yet at the same time, I knew that my questions were mainly my way of making contact with him. "I'll read it over when you finish," he said. When he did, he much approved of the sentiments expressed in the strength of my arguments, but chastised me for my inability to spell even the simplest words. After his corrections, I sat on the bed and read it to him. We talked long into the night about the implications of winning the battle to remove homosexuality as a mental disorder. Then he took the paper from my hands, placed it on the desk, and started to kiss me. I felt overjoyed, filled with excitement, knowing that that night I was having sex with the man I deeply loved and who loved me, and that tomorrow I would help to change history for gay people everywhere. Not for a second did I doubt that.
Still I got all these questions that could fill an overflowing pool.
The things we never learn in school.